I couldn't think of any other way to start this video. Couldn't think of it. So boys, it's time for me to make another video for whatever reason. So in case anyone is wondering, hey Bill, why would you play this video game? The reason for that is I just wanted to play something while talking about an important topic that would basically leave me brain dead the entire time.
Select a bonus to purchase.
So that I don't really have to think.
Garrison bonus purchased.
Can this game shut the hell up so that I don't really have to think while playing? Because I want to talk about something that, to be honest, I feel is kind of important. Can we turn off this dialogue? But if you couldn't tell by the title of this video, the thing I want to talk about with you guys is the subject of honesty. Because I personally feel like it's a little important to talk about it. I've noticed a lot of people in my chat, not everyone, but a lot of people in my chat are really wary to talk about important subjects, and that's kind of what I want these series of videos to be. One, they're easy to produce, so I can upload frequently if I can just remember to record. And two, like, I feel like there's certain things that need to be said about certain subjects. Sorry, hold on. I think one of the most important subjects, I just killed myself. I'm gonna put that in the video. I'm trying to figure out the reload button. It's really hard. I can't figure it out to save my life. It's not square. It's down on the D-pad. Who programmed this fucking game? I think one of the most important subjects to talk about, just in general, that nobody really talks about at all, is just being honest. Being honest with not only, like, other people, but, like, being honest with yourself. Because I think being honest with others is easy, but being honest with yourself is hard. And the reason I feel that way is because a lot of people, especially a lot of, like, really depressed, angsty, emotional people like myself don't really like to admit to themselves when something is going wrong. They don't want to admit that the reality that they're living in is as bad as it actually is. And I think it's really important to talk about that and discuss that with you guys. Because it's an important thing to me. Honesty is one of those things I take very seriously, especially with myself. Because if I can't sit here and think to myself, hey, these are the emotions I'm feeling, and this is how bad I'm feeling, just because I want to avoid the subject entirely and not think about it because it'll make me feel worse at first. Like, it's just really important. I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, hello, I'm about to die. Okay, never mind. I'm not about to die. I really, actually am about to die. Never mind. Can I get healed anywhere? I want to get healed so I can continue talking about this very important subject. Please don't kill me. Alright, I'm fine. Oh! Medical droid. Hey, bud. See you later. Oh, Jesus. Well, that didn't work. Alright, so here's the deal, boys. Everyone on this planet should know that being honest with other people is one of the most important things, and others being honest with you is one of the most important things just you could ever think of. Because how are you going to trust someone if they're always lying to you? Let me put this into perspective. I don't want to name this specific person because they might be watching this video, but this very specific person that I know all they do, not all they do, but a lot of the time, they lie. Whether it's embellishing the truth or just straight up shifting like blame onto something else whenever they fuck up, or like just, you know, like most of the time it's white lies, you know, big lies that won't affect everyone in the long term, but it's just like, come on, why would you lie about that kind of thing? But because of that, I mean, I still like this person. They're not a bad person. But how do I trust this person? How do you trust someone who lies even about the smallest things, and they just have no concept of being able to tell the truth, even if it wouldn't get anyone in trouble or anything, or it doesn't mean anything? It's still, they're still lying. It's really hard to trust someone like that. And if you guys want to be good people, and if I want to be a good person, just be honest. Especially if you're a younger person watching this. I know that when I was younger, I used to lie all the time because I was afraid of being honest about anything, really, because I was like, oh, if I say the truth, it's just gonna end up bad in some way. Like, you know, let's say I'm in school and like I failed a test, and like, you know, your parents ask you, oh, how'd you do on this test today? And you're like, oh yeah, I did okay, but you really didn't. I like how I shifted the from saying I to you, because I really don't want to admit that I've done that a billion times, but like I have done that a billion times, and it always comes to bite me back in the ass whenever I lie about anything. Is really the point I'm trying to make. Like, even if it's the smallest thing, like let's say you sit there and tell, like, you're a parent and you sit there and tell your child, hey, when you grow up, you can do anything. I feel like a lot of parents have told that to their kids, and a lot of kids whose parents told them that I've grown up, and now they're gonna see this video. I don't know how many people are gonna watch this video, but my point is, like, something like that, for example, it's being hurtful to lie to someone like that, tell them that they can do anything, because nobody can do everything. Everyone has limits. What you should say, especially if you're a parent, is that they have the opportunity to do anything that they want to do, but the outcome won't always happen. The outcome that they want won't always happen. You know, it's not... Have a backup plan is really what everyone should learn, including myself. I do not know the word backup plan. I am very not smart. I feel like these videos aren't really just for you guys, but for myself, so I can hear myself saying these things to myself to help me. That is pretty important. I think that's a big reason why I want to make more videos like this. Why it's interesting and fun to make more videos like this. How do I lock onto people? I think what I was talking about was like white lies and how they affect people in the long run. Like, you could tell someone they can do anything, but well, can they actually do anything? The real answer is no, but you want to give them some hope and allow them to believe in themselves. That's the point of something like that, you know? Like, I understand that, but from my perspective, it's really shameful. Well, not really shameful, more like just disheartening to tell somebody, hey man, you can do whatever you want, because you don't need to tell someone that lie if they can do anything to have them believe in themselves. All you need is confidence. I'm not a very confident person. I think you guys know that. But But you get what I'm saying, hopefully. Or you may not even agree with me, which is fine. Like, can this blow up? It's not blowing up. It's not exploding. That's because it's a timed bomb. I'm not trying to preach when I say, like, you know, don't tell anyone they can do anything. I'm not trying to preach like self-hatred or telling, you know, younger people don't believe in yourself. That's not what I'm saying at all. I think it's more important to tell someone the reality of the situation than to just treat it as if it doesn't exist. Because every circumstance is different for every person. Like, from my perspective, you know, I was told as a kid, like, hey, just, you know, you could do anything. When that was very, very clearly not the case. And it affected me in a negative way. That's why I'm so adamant about it. That's why I'm so adamant about saying, like, hey, just, you know, don't lie to your kids, to your siblings, to your coworkers. Don't. Even the littlest white lies have a profound effect on someone. And especially when you're telling those lies to yourself. When you tell yourself, hey, everything's fine, when it's really not, just because you're afraid to admit that there's problems, it's going to affect you negatively. Because when eventually those problems are going to catch up to you, and you're going to have a bad time. It's okay to admit that things aren't okay. It's okay to feel like you aren't where you want to be yet. It's okay to let yourself feel these emotions, because it'll help you. Because you can process how you're feeling and what those feelings are doing to you, and you'll just be better for it. This is kind of hard to talk while flying at the same time. I wasn't expecting to be like flying around so early on. I am gonna die though. That is definitely the truth. As I said, I am gonna die. Here's another thing that I'm thinking of off the top of my head, and this is I'll preface this by, this is a big reason why I wanted to make this video. Unironically, I don't think I should say the exact reason as to why I felt this way, because it's really personal, and I feel like not everyone needs to know. And I know that I might get some flack for saying this, but you don't need to know everything. But I will tell you how it made me feel, because that is the important thing. I went through an incredibly emotional time really recently, because something happened that reminded me of a terrible thing that happened in the past. It was pretty much like PTSD, honestly. I don't want to say that it is, because I don't know for sure. That's what it felt like to me, and that's kind of why I don't want to say necessarily what it is, because it still makes me uncomfortable to talk about it, and to talk about it completely openly, unless it's with someone that is really close to me. That is kind of what I did, was talk about it directly, talk about my emotions completely openly with people who are close friends of mine. And because of that, and being able to process what I was feeling and what was happening in my head, being honest with myself about the situation through conveying how I feel to someone else, help me feel better in only a couple of days. My point is, guys, that if anything is bugging you in the back of your mind, or if there's something going on in your life that you just don't want to think about because it scares you, because it hurts you, because it just makes you feel terrible, just talk to someone. It doesn't have to be me. It doesn't have to be your parents. It doesn't have to be your family. It doesn't even have to be your friends. It could be a therapist. It could be anyone. It could be a stranger, for Christ's sake. Just talk about your feelings. Be open and honest with them so that you can be more open and honest with yourself. You might think it's easier to just keep all these things in and just not let yourself feel these terrible emotions, or not let yourself accept that something bad is happening. But in the long run, it's going to benefit you just like it would benefit me or anyone else. And that's really what I wanted to get across in this video. That's why the video is called Honesty, because it's being honest with yourself to be able to get through tough situations and to be able to do the things that you need to do to just be a better person. I just hope that my point comes across and that we can talk about it together, when we can be more comfortable talking about these things, especially like when I did the one just chatting stream of just talking about depression and things that are kind of upsetting. I noticed that there were a few people who expressed that they were uncomfortable, which is perfectly okay, but I want to try and make like those people and myself more comfortable with talking about certain subjects, which is why I think at some point that thing that I didn't really want to discuss in detail that was really bothering me, I actually may talk about it at some point when I feel that it's time to. I guess that's pretty much it. I don't really know what else to say. Let me know what your guys' opinions are about this. I'm really bad at explaining things, which is kind of ironic as to why I'm making a video like this in the first place. You know, I feel like it's something that needs to be said. I'm just going to use this series of videos as, I guess, as somewhat of a digital diary that anyone can watch and experience. And maybe it'll help someone. Like, that's the big thing. Like, if I'm not helping people, if I'm not doing something important in that way, then what's the point of doing anything? That's really how I feel. I feel like there's still more things to say, but I don't know how to say them. Do the things that you feel are best for you. Don't let anyone hold you back, and don't lie to anyone. It's just gonna hurt you and them. Wow, I'm getting a little emotional. I think that's actually a good thing, though. It's a really good thing. Life is hard, but talking about these things makes it easier. I hope someone gets something out of this. At the very least, I get something out of it. Excuse me. If I could say one thing, I guess, to end this video, be unapologetically you and do whatever makes you happy. As long as it doesn't hurt anyone else. That's pretty much it. You're all great. Just anyone who's watching this, who's gotten this far, you're great. I'm great. We're all great. I think the world needs more people to just be more open with their emotions and more open with themselves, because that would probably make the world a better place. If you guys have anything to say, you know, put it in the comments. I'm a YouTuber. YouTube Bill right now. I don't know how to end these things.